of my persuasive speech is over video games, and do video games make people more violent? Each year, young kids ask for violent video games in their Christmas list. Studies have shown the aggressive behavior, lack of empathy, and lack of healthy behavior. Another thing I'd like to go over is why violent video games get so much hatred towards them today in our society. It's probably because of the social media increase in growth and towards fake news. There's every day much of gun violence towards school shootings and stuff. And I think like violent video games is like an easy way for people to move on away and just an easy way to blame. Such as President Trump also has done several speeches about the way how violent video games are too harsh today in society, and I do agree with that. There needs to be like an ID check towards like M-rated games. I feel like it's not really strict. You can still go into GameStop and buy on some other location, but it's not really like a law. And so I think that would help towards the gun violent games, those younger kids. But I just wanted to go over like why people play violent video games. It's not because they want to shoot or act violent towards other people. They normally like to play gun violent games like for progression, rank. Simply, I like to play violent video games, but it's not because I like to go shoot people or aggression. It's simply because it's a competitive play and like high skill. Whenever I play video games, I simply like don't play just because I like to shoot people. It's because I like to play with my friends and very competitive style and like unlocking progression wise. And I do have some charts that show as much money we spend on video games, and that's the violent rate. You see that China has the same as us, and they have a significantly less violent rate.
Wow.
So it's typically not because of the video games right there.
Like there's not as many shootings and stuff in China?
Yeah.
Right, China's what you'll see. They sell just as much as us, but we're like 100 times more than them. Well, probably more than 1,000 times more, right?
Yeah. And then there's I have a video too. I'm gonna make this real quick. It's like 30 seconds. Well.
I'm sure they play them all the time because something about the boy's brain and these games. But why are you not worried about it?
Well, I mean, I'm not supremely worried about it just because the consumption of these violent video games has been going up continuously since the early 90s, and yet youth violence has been going down since the early 90s. The correlation actually doesn't fit. And as far as individual instances, I mean, you can find patterns in very sporadic instances among virtually all data sets, but there's some pretty mixed data about this. It's true that the American Psychological Association recommends that parents not allow their kids to play these games. I wouldn't let my kids play these games because I think they're immoral, frankly. But that should really be up to parents. I'm not sure the government should be in the business of stepping in 2011. Justice Scalia, in a majority decision 5-4, found that it was actually unconstitutional for the state of California to regulate the capacity.
What's going on? All right, so as you can see, violent video games is not playing a fact of our violent culture, or all the violence that is happening today does not play into the fact of the violent video games that kids are playing these days. I also have one more thing to say as a psychologist that studies crime violence. There's also no research to back up that crime violence has increased because of the violent video games. And that's